9x. What is left on the left? 3y. 3y equals, now I like to write it in order. I like to write mx plus b. So I'm going to put 9x minus 6. I like to write it in order. I don't like to put the 6 first. We're almost there. Very good. Y is not alone yet. He still has a friend. That 3 is just hanging out with him. How do we get rid of that 3? Divide. The opposite of multiply is divide. You divide every single thing by 3. Don't leave anybody out. Don't even leave the 6 out. Divide everything by 3. These 3's cancel. What's left on the left? Y. And then on the right we have 9 divided by 3. 3x minus 2. Jacob, what's the slope of that line? 3. Very good. Araceli, what's the y-intercept of that line? -2. Very good. Okay, try this one. Try to find the slope of this line, and I will call on you. You're trying to get it into y equals mx plus b form. Nope. Nope, we're not doing it in the calculator. You can't because it's not solved for y. You can't put it in the calculator because it's not solved for y. L or K? Okay. I do. Show me on your board when you have it. Yes, and then put the slope underneath. I want to know that you know what the slope is. Yes, yes. Try again your sign. Ooh, no. Erase the letter. Slopes never have a letter. Okay, I changed my question. I just want to know the slope. I just want you to put the slope of that line on your board. First, you have to solve for y to even get the slope. I want to know the slope. Yes. I want to know the slope. Yes. Erase the letter. Yes, did you underline the slope? Erase that letter. I do not know what they are telling you in algebra. I do not know why you're attaching the letter x to your slope. Yes, you don't need the over 1 thing. Yes, just the beginning, just the coefficient. Paige, what's the opposite of plus 4x?
Minus 4x.
Minus 4x. So the first thing you should have done is minus 4x. These are now gone. Goodbye. On the left, we have y equals, and on the right we have -4x minus 11. When I ask for slope, I'm asking for what number is in front of x. I don't want x. X is not part of my slope. If you put x in your answer for slope, that means your slope is ever changing. Nope, it's not changing. Your slope is a number. What is our slope? It is whatever number is sitting in front of x. The slope, the m, is -4. You never attach the x, which I saw most of you do. So that must have been something that they communicated incorrectly. All right, try again. Find the slope of that line. You can't find the slope until it's in y equals form. Hold it up when you have the slope.
Are we just subtracting from the x?
You're solving for y. Get y all by itself. Do whatever you need to do to get y by itself. Just write the slope. I want to see the slope. Yes. There's going to be a number under that. It's going to be a fraction. Your answer is going to be a fraction. Very good. Oh, almost. Only one of those. That's good. Yes. There should be a negative in front of that. Where's your slope? I need to see your slope. Yes, yes. Keep it as a fraction. A decimal's fine, but fractions are better for slope. Very good.
It's what the difference between say the slope and like as undefined or like it's undefined mistake.
Yes, okay.
And we're going to just have it, I'm not gonna.
So undefined is a number. Okay, let me talk about this and then I'll answer your question. Oh, you should have a negative in front. Zaya, what'd you do first? Is that your name?
Wait, this one is
Yes, that's your name. Okay, how do I move the 2x over to the other side? Subtract. So the first thing y'all should have done is subtract 2x from both sides. So now we've got 5y equals negative 2x minus 2. The y is still not alone. What do? Divide by 5. Divide everything by 5. So that would mean y equals, put a 5 under it, negative 2/5 x minus 2/5, except we don't really care about that part. How many steps was that? 2. Whoa. It was 2 steps. I moved the x, I divided by the number in front of y. I moved the x, I divided by the number in front of y. I did 2 steps. Don't be intimidated. This is a 2-step problem. 2 is not a lot. You can do 2 steps. Now, all we do is read the slope. It's already sitting there. What is the slope? Negative 2/5 is the slope. You don't need to go to your calculator and turn it into a decimal. It is staring at you. It's already answered. It is negative 2/5. Okay? Renan was asking me, we have 2 cases when our line is like this, it's a vertical line, and his slope is undefined. And when we have a line like this, it's horizontal, and his slope is 0. But all the lines that we're talking about, all of these lines, are not vertical or horizontal. They're like this line, and this line, and this line, and this line. Most lines are not perfectly straight up and down or perfectly left-right. So most of the lines are going to have a number as their slope. 0 is a number. It's 0. Undefined is tricky. Does anyone know why this slope is undefined? Go to your calculator and type, let's see, I'm gonna rise 5 and run 0. Oh, what's your calculator say when you do 5 divided by 0? It says error, because you're rising but you're not running. And so that's where the slope undefined comes from. It comes from when you try to divide by 0. It's illegal in math to divide by 0. And so that's where you get undefined as your slope. It's when you get error in your calculator, that means undefined. All right. It is. It's illegal. You'll go to math jail. I mean, I don't want to go there. All right. So write this one on your board. We're going strong. Remember, it's only 2 steps. Don't be scared. It's only 2 steps. Move your x and then divide by the number in front of y. It is 2 steps. You can handle it. Come on, page 1. Step 1, move your x. Just like on, I should probably do it. Yes. Nice. Awesome. Simplify it, please. Change your sign, but that's very good. Also change your sign. Nice. Awesome. Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Good. No? Yes. And which one's your slope? Just circle your slope for me. I know you know it. Yes. Move that x. Good. Move that x. Minus 16x. Minus 16x. That is step 1. You move the x. So you get negative 2y equals negative 16x plus 2. Jared, what do I do next? By?
Negative.
Yeah. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Everybody gets divided. Don't leave anybody out. They'll be so sad. So those cancel. And we've got y equals
-8.
negative 16 divided by negative 2.
Okay, positive.
Those negatives are going to cancel. And you're just going to get 16 divided by 2, which is 8. 8x, and then that would be minus 1, because 2 divided by negative 2 would be minus 1. But if all we cared about was the slope, the answer is, Paige, what's the slope? What's the slope of this line? 8. The slope is 8. It's not 8x, it's 8. Cool. We actually haven't learned that. That's good. Oh, it's time for the quiz. So let me review it really quick. We have a quiz over this stuff. It's been on the board all week. It's not a surprise. It's been there since Monday.
5 minutes.
Huh? Yeah, you're gonna ace it. Okay. I'll let your teacher deal with it, but I'll still give you one. Let me remind you a few things, okay? Ready? You can still do this on your whiteboard. Wait. You can still do this on your whiteboard because I want to review you before we take this quiz. Everyone on your whiteboard, write those numbers down. I'm sorry, what? It doesn't matter. They're odd numbers, but they're not prime.
15's not prime.
Yeah. 9 is not prime. On your quiz today, you're going to start by doing delta y. That's what you're going to do first. You're going to do delta y. Delta means subtract. 9 minus 7. 11 minus 9. 13 minus 11. 15 minus 13. I now know that my equation is, it starts with an L, linear. My equation is linear, my equation is linear, my equation is linear. These are the easy ones. This is when you go, oh, thank goodness. This is an easy one. So, you take the 2, and that is your slope. So you can write it all the way down the process column. That's your slope. It's not going to change. No, sirree, Bob, it's not. Okay, then you take your slope, and you put your term in. Just a second. 2 times 1 is 2. The last step you do is, I called it the tweaking step, but y'all laughed. You find out what do you have and what do you need. 2 times 1 is 2. What do you need to make 2 look like 7? Plus 5. Check it twice like Santa does. 2 times 2 is 4. How do you make 4 look like 9? You're done. You are done. 2 times 3 plus 5. 2 times 4 plus 5. 2 times 5 plus 5. You now know the pattern.
Oh, that's it.
The answer is 2n plus 5. And that's all there is to linear. That's it. Now we're going to do quadratic. Ready? Here's a quadratic one.
Wait, I have a question.
I have an answer.
I do the thing different. I use the term, not in the parentheses. I do
It's
this
fine.
one.
But you, I meant to give the word sheets back. You were putting all your answers backwards. Let me just show you. Guys, write these down, please.
Miss Tucker,
Page.
is it gonna say linear and
It's not, but when you do delta y and you get the same number, then you know it's linear.
are you putting calculation?
You can subtract in your head or in your calculator.
I'm just trying to figure out how you gonna know it's linear.
Okay, I'll show you. Look and see, Trent, at what I wrote on yours, okay? Alrighty. You can do this in your head or in your calculator. It doesn't matter to me. 11 minus 5 is 6. 21 minus 11 is 10.
Oh, okay.
And then 14.
4.
I see Miss Tucker.
Not constant. So this one is not
And then you gotta do
linear. It's not linear. So what do you gotta do? Delta, delta y. Delta, delta y. 10 minus 6, 4. 14 minus 10, 4. Here's the way you could mess this up. You could forget to divide by 2. Because this is the 2-2 rule. Picture the ballerina in the tutu. There's 2 2's you have to do. The first 2 is you have to divide by 2. So we're not going to write 4 all the way down the column. What are we going to write? 2. So you're about to do this on your quiz. It'll be fresh on your mind. You write 2 all the way down. But that's not the only 2 that you have to do. The other 2 is you have to square the term. So you don't write 1, 2, 3, 4. You write 1 squared, 2 squared, 3, ooh, that was a weird parentheses, squared, 4 squared. Sorry, I'll fix it. Got too excited. Okay, the last step is the tweaking step. What do you have and what do you need? I have 1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. I have 2. How do I make 2 look like 5? Plus 3. Check it twice.
Like Santa.
2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. How do you make 8 look like 11? Oh, thank goodness. When you get the same number, then you can write it all the way down. Our answer is 2 n squared plus 3. Oh, y'all are going to ace this quiz. Okay. Now, the thing is, I'm only going to have enough for my class, so I need one person from Miss Branius to go knock on Miss Johnson's and ask for some quizzes. Thank you so much. You'll need 1, 2, 3, 4. Ask for 6 quizzes, please, sir. If you did this homework, it's in the grade book. I'm about to give it to you, and you can use your homework on the quiz. That'll be a great